So, where do I start with my food product? I get asked all the time, Tim, do I go directly to stores? What do I do to start my food business? Do I go to stores? Do I go to the farmer's market? Do I go to online? Do I set up an Amazon account? What is it that I do to get started with my food product? That's what I'm going to share with you today. The easiest way to get started is events, festivals, and farmers markets. That's the least amount of requirement as far as preparation, documentation, photography, marketing, having to get outside assistance. You're generally able to begin very straightforward with things that you currently have with products, recipes, cooking methods, batches, things that you're doing currently. So, farmers markets are the way to go. Particularly this time of year, it's an awesome time. The difficulty with farmers markets is going to be, are you able to get a booth? Is that something that you can do? Oftentimes, there's festivals and events that you can start with that are closer by. Also, you don't necessarily have to begin at the largest, the biggest farmers market. There's over 7,000 farmers markets in the country, so there's many to get started. When you start thinking about advancing on your food product and thinking about, and you've got the resources to do online, you're going to need great photography, you're going to need copy, descriptions, discussion of your product, along with setting up your account online, whether it be Etsy, your own website, and even Amazon. So those are things that are going to require effort. Also, it's actually to get attention in that environment is actually more expensive. Generally, to gain new customers online is more expensive than to say at events, festivals, or farmers markets. So that's something to keep in mind. Thinking about growing your food business, I like to keep a radius generally of 60 miles to a maximum of 250 miles for growing your food business, particularly in the beginning, in the first years. There's literally millions of dollars in sales in your category, generally within that region of people. Now, if you're in the desert, if you're in Alaska and, in some remote location, that may not be the case. But generally speaking, you're going to have millions of dollars in purchases in your category within that instance. I've shared within several videos, I've shared where we've had manufacturing facility in California. They had over $400 million in purchases in their category within 100 miles. So the business is there. It's a matter of you being successful and sharing value with those consumers in your market. And the last place that you want to think about going, as far as when you think about, am I going to go online? Am I going to go to farmers markets or retail stores? There, your packaging, your promotions, your product is going to have to do all of the marketing and sales for you. So you need an advanced level. You're going to need packaging. You're going to need a UPC code. You're going to need all these basics to get started. So I hope that's a quick comparison discussion of where to get started in your food business and where to go forward. If you have any questions, jump on my calendar at timforrestmarkets.com. You can send me a quick email, tim@timforrest.com. Thanks a lot. Thanks for watching.